look at these cool things I got for Christmas. Dave gave me early because the van needed to air out. These are vents for my windows. Just roll the window right up into them, and they've got a little screen to keep the bugs out. Woo woo! That is gonna be awesome. Well, I got a little bit further, leaving space for a fan, leaving space for windows. I've got more to do on the walls. The floor is pretty much done. So I am ready to put down my foam board and my subfloor back in. Still got to cover up those wheel wells. Yeah, definitely progress. I'm starting to put it in the back doors. Dave's brother had a tool that popped this panel off, and I will also use it to pop that panel off. But I'm putting insulation in as well. My insulation isn't here yet, so I'm not going to pop it out yet to put the, I'll just do the kill mat and insulation at the same time there. I went with Thinsulate insulation, and I'll explain that more as I'm doing that section. But as I'm doing this, and I keep thinking about heat when I'm working here, editing videos, or for my full-time job, Washington doesn't get super hot most of the time. So I really am feeling like the buddy heater, I'm not going to go through tons of bottles of propane. I might actually run electric after all. I wasn't going to do that, but I am learning more about electrical systems to do rudimentary electrical. So I'll keep you up to date on what my thoughts are on that and what I decide to do. All right, this is the subfloor that the van came with. So we are using it as a template, and I have taped down 3 sheets of my polyiso board. Don't worry, I'll be cleaning that before it goes in the van. It already has pre-drilled holes, so I'm just gonna mark the edges to cut the polyiso foam board, and then I'm also going to mark the holes. This is about a 1/2 inch of plywood and then a 1/2 inch of foam board. Not the best floor, but not bad, and I do plan on putting flooring over this, which should be challenging since it's both metal and kind of a coated plywood. So here we go. So the template for this part of the insulation was the subfloor, which was great, but then this top part here didn't have subfloor before. So this was the edge, the natural edge of the sheet. Whoops. I am making a cardboard template so that I can get the last piece of insulation cut. There it is. The sheets of insulation on the floor are down. Today's job is going to be getting in the subfloor and hopefully putting on the seat swivel on the passenger side seat. My brother-in-law gave me this tool set for Christmas. I'm about to open it. It's Ziploc shut. But this trim is going to get replaced. Absolutely hate it. And I'm going to put something pretty over the edge, or at least nice and neat. But it is just a beast. So these little screws are coming out. A little of everything. Nice. Okay, as you know, I am saving cost and cutting corners by using the subfloor it came with, which also came with a metal track system, which I'll place in there. That does leave kind of a hole in the subfloor that stuff could get under. So I will be filling the crack once we have this bolted down, screwed down, and making sure that it's sealed as much as possible. And then I'll be putting flooring over the top of that. So that will keep the stuff and the moisture out of it. Template is made. A little tight, but I will sand down the wood after I cut it using this template. After watching a lot of YouTube videos, I know that my battery is right under my feet when I drive. I'm going to unhook it and wait so that when I take that seat out and disconnect the cords, I don't turn on the airbag light. Okay, the negative battery terminal is unhooked. I'm going to put the cover back on to keep it from falling back in. I was about to take the seat off and I got distracted by all these wires. We were trying to figure out, the people that had this before wired something in, so I popped this off so I could see where this went. It goes right here, it goes up the inside of this one, which I really don't want to take off. And then when I tug on this, that moves. Anyway, that goes here, and this one goes out to this light that is in my way, because that's where I'll be putting my framing. And the other one goes out across to the other light that is in my way. And they do not work. So I think I am going to get those out and pull the cable back down if I can through the wall to get that out. And then I've got this mess here that doesn't really seem to go to anywhere. And then this runs back to the battery, but my husband tested it for charge and it doesn't have any. The lights are down. They're out of my way. That one's a magnetic light. I just got that so I could have light when it's dark. And I determined that was the only cord. It popped right out of the edge, so I didn't have to take off this panel, this tan one, just the black one, which was missing 2 screws anyway. And it has one that's obviously not to it, so I'm gonna go get a few of those. And yep, it wasn't attached to anything else. So I think they wired the lights and something else because there's all this extra wire. Okay, I have slid the chair all the way forward. I'm going to take out the 4 bolts here, slide it back, and take out the 2 up front. There are 3 clips under here. I'll show you closer. Actually, maybe I'll just do that now. That I will be unattaching. Orange, yellow, and I think there's a black one in there. And yeah, so here we go. The chair is off.
Set it on the cables.
After many 4-letter words, the swivel seat is installed and it swivels. So when you're installing the swivel seat, you push the seat all the way forward so you can reach the bolts in the back, and push it all the way back so you can reach these bolts in the front. But you can see that even when you push it back, I think maybe there's 1 or 2 more clicks. No, that's it. It's really difficult to get to this one because of the height between the seat top and the bolt in front. So it definitely was a 2-person job, but this seat swivel is really quiet. You can see how quiet this is. Oh, also, in order to swivel it, you do have to have the seat in the back position. If you pull it forward, it's going to bump. And I'll put in the description what kind it was. I can't remember what kind I ordered now. So the swivel was a van-equipped swivel. And I have connected up now the black, the yellow, and the orange clips. I'm going to zip tie them up out of the way, leaving slack so that this thing can spin. And then I'm going to connect my battery again. Nice and neat, up to the side. It has room to swivel and slide forward and back. So that wraps up this segment of the van build. I have got my insulation in, so that's one of the next things I'll do. Put in the rest of the kill mat, the insulation, and then I've ordered windows and my max air fan. So one of the next steps also will be cutting holes in this perfectly good van, which I'm terrified about, but also I'm pretty confident we can get it done. So I will see you on the next one. See you on the next adventure.